Many of you are in relationships that are way out of balance. The scales, they're off. Okay. Meaning you're giving far more than what you're receiving. For example, if you walked into a convenience store to buy a pack of bubble gum and you put the gum up on the counter and the person behind the counter says, that'll be $1 million. Well, let me ask you this. Would you just happily hand over the money and just skip out the door, chewing on your bubble gum? If so, I'd like to know what kind of bubble gum you chewing, because I haven't found that gum. Okay. I would think not. Okay. But when it comes to relationships, you're doing all the work. Meaning what you're giving far outweighs what you're receiving, like the exchange for $1 million for a pack of gum. See, here's the deal. You're the one that's being vulnerable, okay, while they remain emotionally unavailable, all right, and guarded, walled up, don't let you in. Okay, it's hard to get anything out of them. You're the one that's effectively communicating. They're the one that if you bring anything up, they yell and go off into a rage, or they're gaslighting you. I didn't say that. Where are you getting that from? You're the one that's making all the time for the relationship while they make everything else a priority. Always putting you on the background. Yeah, I know, but I got to do this. Okay. You're the one that's always trying to see things from their perspective, putting yourself in someone else's shoes. You're the empath. They are selfish and they only care about what they want. If it ain't what they want to do, they ain't trying to do it. But when you say something about it, then they say, oh, you're being too demanding. You're never satisfied. They're telling you they're the one that's doing all the work. And you're like, wait a minute, what planet am I living on? Okay. And you're like, well, whatever you were doing, that stopped a long time ago. It's like the bubble gum. All the flavor you get in the first 5 minutes, and then what? It's gone. Just like their participation in a relationship. I believe this is what the scripture meant when it says, don't cast your pearls before swine. What does this mean? Don't give something of great value to someone that can't and won't appreciate it. So the $1 million question is, why are you doing this? Why? I believe the answer is very simple. The same way you wouldn't spend $1 million on a pack of bubble gum. Okay. Meaning you realize it's not a fair exchange. You wouldn't do that. Okay. So that also means that if you are accepting less than what you are giving and what you deserve, somewhere, somehow, you believe this is a fair exchange. You believe you don't deserve more. Somehow, somewhere, someone planted a seed in you that you don't deserve more. And you believed it. That thing took root in you. And now you're playing that out. Listen, you're never, ever, ever going to do anything above what you believe. I don't care what it is, which means you end up settling. Yes, it does. Because if you stand in it, what does that mean? If you say, oh, I know it's not fair, I know it's that, but you stand in it. So somewhere you believe in it. Let me tell you something. Come on in here. Just come on in here. Let me tell you something. You do deserve it. You are worth it. You should be receiving what you give. Now, that's just brass tacks and facts. That is what it is. Now, you have to do the work on believing it. Okay? So let me ask you this question. Are you giving more than you're receiving? Do you relate to the fact that you don't really, if you're honest with yourself, you don't really believe you deserve more? And if you're honest, would you say, hey, listen, I felt like I've been settling all my life? If I'm honest with myself. If that's you, you know what to do. Go to my website, christopherreed.org, schedule your free 30-minute consultation so I can tell you how coaching can help you to see and believe that your value is priceless. Once you do this, you stop settling for less than the best because you believe you are the best. But you got to believe it first. Also, join me every Wednesday, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, in my closed Facebook group, The Diamond Mind, where I'm chopping it up about stuff y'all want to get into. Recently, we just talked about, hey, he might not be bad. He's not a bad guy, but he's just broken. And sometimes you're just with someone who's broken. All right. Not a bad person, but there's some work to do. But if you're staying in that situation and that work is not getting done, you're wasting a whole lot of time. All right. And you need to learn how to let that go. But once again, we stay in situations that we really don't believe that we deserve more in. So also join me for that. And get the series or check out the series, Why He Married Her Instead of You. That's on my website as well. And so, hey, listen, if you enjoyed this, you're enjoying the content, make sure you subscribe and y'all be safe. I'm out of here. Peace.